Oh, I didn't hear nothing like that at all. But usually they do stuff like that when they
last week.
legalize. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is episode 14, People's Podcast. We doing it a little bit different today. We got Ricky in here. He doing his podcast segment from the federal penitentiary.
Free Ricky.
Free Ricky. That's
Knock
why.
on wood. Don't put that on my soul, baby. Don't put that on my soul.
I ain't gonna put that evil on you, Ricky Bobby.
Gotta get them
Man,
t-shirts
I'm
going.
trying to tell you.
Get them t-shirts, make a killing.
Oh man, I got your merch. Let me be your manager. Hey, today's topic we gonna
But
have.
yeah, no, they did it last week. They
Uh,
signed the bill Thursday. I don't know when it's gonna take effect though, but they cleaning everybody's record 7 to 10 years criminal record. Anything, any new shit though, you fucked up.
so
So for
with
all
them
the old felons and all the old misdemeanor ass niggas,
with them doing
nigga,
that,
we made it.
with them doing that, is punishment more harsher now after if you get catch any charges or anything?
I highly doubt it. I would say it's probably because the workforce so fucked up that they hoping they clear up some niggas' records, so some motherfuckers can go to work and get off unemployment.
Man,
Right.
good luck with that. If you making more than what you are sitting at home, who wouldn't sit at home?
Right. But I think like the whole thing of like getting rid of like people records is so that people can like be into these jobs because they plan on opening a lot more. And well, I mean, we just clarified that Amazon is going to be opening up another place. So what is better way to get people working than to clear up people records?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I understand, but like I said though, like if you don't have to do something, why do it? People
Right.
gonna see that. Like, and they giving that extra bonus money too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then a stimulus talk package and started gaining more momentum now. I guess it's closer to the election, so of course they want to get something done.
Right. Because what is her Pelosi? She just now like actually like released something for us to get another package, and she been like submitting proposals without anything written as a plan. It's crazy.
Well, they do that. It's been several ones she submitted, and then what's his name? Start with an M. But yeah, they keep. It's like kids going back and forth, like, and then they get a lot of breaks too in between. Like maybe this morning was the day they resumed talks. I didn't see what was the outcome, but as
Oh
soon as
well, they actually got something going in which they're trying to get it done by this week. Because if they don't, then we probably won't see nothing for a long time, probably not into the election. So they want to get it done now.
that's good to hear. It's a lot of YouTube channels and stuff that's really good with keeping up with that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's this one guy channel he keeps up with it, and I think he does a good job, kind of like going over it real quickly and everything.
Is it the Asian dude?
I was going there with him, but he tried to sell a gimmick a little bit to me. I don't.
No, the Asian dude, he's straight up and down. It's the other dude that be using gimmicks and stuff like that, though.
Who?
You all right, Rick?
Yeah. I'm good, man. I just, cutting all the damn grass and shit. That shit, my damn sinuses and allergies. I had to go hit my inhaler, man.
Oh, okay. But yeah, yeah, it would be nice to see a little chunk of something.
Man.
Take the edge
But
off.
I told you if you did the math on how much that last stimulus check was, bro, you do the math on it, it was enough to give every tax-paying citizen here in America 40K.
Yeah, that's what it. But the corporations got most of
40,
it. You know what
30
I'm saying?
fucking K. Yeah. All of the multi-millionaires and billionaires that own all of these companies and shit, that's where the money went to. Supposedly,
Yeah,
so they can continue
No,
paying
that's
their
where it
taxes.
went. That's exactly where it
You
went.
know,
yeah, because like
man, those folks wasn't hurting for no fucking money.
They ain't hurting and ain't gonna be hurting.
Yeah, they
That's
would have been
why.
better off. They would have been better off just giving it to the people, because the people, us poor folks that's going to work every day, that's shucking and jiving, struggling to survive, good times, goddamn, is the ones that keep this economy going. So why not give the money to the people so they can spend it? Because that's what they was gonna do with it any damn way. That's what they did with the 12.
Yeah, the 12 was gone. I could have started a business.
Right.
No, I'm
12,
serious.
no, I'm staying in a hotel. It cost me $1,500 to live in this bitch. That shit, that 12 wouldn't have did shit. I would have been homeless with that little punk ass $12.
Right. No, you
Somebody
ain't.
else in here.
Yeah, Savina.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it 100. So $1,200 ain't shit. $1,200 for we've been dealing with this Rona for what, about 6 months now, going into 7 months. Who the hell can stretch $1,200 for 7 months? Let me know.
I tried. I just ran out last month.
Man.
I tried.
Man, that junk was going with
welcome to the show, baby. We talking about any and everything, whatever's on your mind. That's it. It ain't no subject matter today. Just feel free to speak your mind. That's all.
Okay, so what was y'all just talking about though?
The stimulus package being only $1,200 when we could have been $40K if the corporations didn't get all the money.
And did y'all
they supposed to be doing another one?
Right. But when they first passed that stimulus package out, did y'all know other country was like getting like a regular monthly check?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was $2,000 a month or
they
something.
They said like Germany. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That same way I said that 40K. They said a lot of them European countries was getting like 30 bands to get them through it, this, that, and the third, versus us just getting 1,200. And here we is going on 7 months later, and folks still struggle.
Yeah, you get that 40K. Couldn't we afford to stay in the house? That's what I don't like.
Well,
man,
and I don't consider my job as essential.
Nope.
Most folks ain't seeing 40K a year anyway, so hell yeah, they'd have sat their ass in the house. Ain't no need to go to work. They would have
been a nice vacation.
A lot of them folks, 40K would have been 2 years worth of salary.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but if they give me 40K,
well, 4 years
I'm
based
still
on
working.
poverty.
Oh no, I'm starting up a business. Screw that.
Right, and I'm still working. I'm not gonna even stop. I might take a little short vacation, 3 days or whatever, but I'm still gonna work. I gotta grind because that 40,000, it's gonna be gone like.
Yep.
I mean, the way I spend that 40K, they'll be gone like in a month.
Damn.
That's serious. I mean, like I know about 2 months. I know that's gone.
No, I would have invested like a quarter of it, and then I would have just like try to start something up so I can have like good revenue coming in.
I would have bought a pound of weed and broke it down to all nicks. And boom.
Hey, you better be
I would have took
20 a pop.
Man.
I would have took 20K and just did a Subway or a Quizno franchise, open up one of those stores. I think it's only 20K to open up a Subway. That was the last time I heard, but that was like about maybe 5-6 years ago.
Right now.
What do y'all think about playing the stock market right now?
The stock market is actually the popular smart thing right now.
Yeah. Actually, it's right. It's good right now, surprisingly.
Yeah, because Tesla is doing amazing. Like I've been like on the little Cash App. I've been on that little like stock place and putting like $15 every time I get paid to put on Tesla.
You use Robinhood on your cell phone?
No, not yet. Because I think you got to have like at least like 500 to use Robinhood, right?
Nah, Robinhood, you whatever. You can start off with nothing. Say if I got Robinhood and I recommend you and you download Robinhood, we both get a free stock. Some bullshit stock, but I was using it for a hot second. I don't really know nothing about day trading though.
Okay. Well, no, I'll be using the little Cash App thing, be doing it because I think like so far I got like 100, and since they went up like 40% since I'm in there, I'm pretty much getting like an extra like $20 or $30. I'm good.
I sure wish I would have had some stock in Kodak because you know they got that money from the government to help produce generic drugs, and they stock shot up like quadruple.
Right.
Wow.
And you say you don't know about day trade. What?
I don't, bro. My little homie told me about it. He been trying to get me involved in it. He like it's the 13-year-old black boy right now. He teaching classes. The black boy already a multi-millionaire, 13 years old, stock market. His parents taught him, and he was just fooling around on there. Next thing you know, he rich. Nigga, we made it.
Right. If I ain't going to my room, I ain't doing my homework.
You don't got to.
Period.
I ain't taking out no
I'm
trash.
telling them what to do, goddammit. Wash them dishes. I'll pay the rent right here.
And what are you gonna do? I'm gonna diversify my bonds.
You ain't getting nothing.
I'm divorcing y'all.
Nathan, you want some espresso? You finished?
That's crazy. But yeah, the stock markets are the way to go right now.
Definitely.
I have an uncle who on Facebook, he always posting about it. And he was like, nephew, get on the test. I'm like, I am. He was like, okay, I'm just making sure.
Go to sleep. It's bedtime. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was
love you.
looking at a Tesla earlier, as in literally viewing it, not purchasing it.
Oh man, it's where it's at right now.
You know they've been having a lot of problems with them Teslas crashing, all right?
Yeah, people dying and stuff in them too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know there's a Tesla track over there by West Willow.
Yep.
It's a track where they Tesla. That's why they got that fence up there like that.
Want one.
Yeah, but see,
because they don't want to see how many people slamming into the wall.
Right.
They don't want to have nobody see them slamming into that wall. That's 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, but see, that's the testing though, and like they were pretty sure have like people signing waivers and stuff like that to protect the company. So I mean,
right.
So as of right now, I mean that stuff is a concern, but they ain't gonna do nothing to their stocks right now. No,
because it's advanced. It's the most advanced right now, so it's only gonna get better once they tweak it out. So they don't feel like they losing anything.
Nah,
and then the way people think is what's one life.
Yeah, they look at.
Make sure the top on tight. Make sure it's on tight. Yes.
Sabina, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just listening because I don't have any type of experience in stocks and bonds, so I'm just listening.
Me neither.
Well, if you spend the way you say you, I was gonna say if you spend the way you say you spend, it might be a good investment for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I just looked up the definition of diversified bonds because I didn't even know when you said that. I'm like, what is that? I had to look that up.
Oh, diversified portfolio and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I signed up with Wu-Tang Financial.
Those are W.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
Hey, that was a classic though. Bong bong.
Yeah, but it's good. It's actually best to get into it now because like what they got like Twitter and stuff trending, you can find out if the company doing well before you even like invest in it.
That's what comes automatically. You sign into Google, it tell you where stocks at automatically.
Exactly. It's just that like people some people don't take advantage of it though. That's the whole thing.
Is knowing when
right, because most of us don't know how to get started.
Yeah.
If you got Cash App, it's just as easy as that.
Yeah, Cash App is like it's pretty easy and it tells you like how good they do and gives you like the whole graph and everything. It's actually pretty good and easier to do than any other site. I haven't checked out Robinhood yet, but I'm going to now because my man said check that boy out. I got you.
I mean, it's the same thing as pretty much E-Trade, I would say. I ain't never been on E-Trade, so I can't really say. But here go the whole thing about stocks when you play in the market. You want to buy it for low, and then when it's at its peak, sell it before it drops because they always have some type of a drop. May not be a big drop, may be a little drop, but you always want to sell it when it spike out.
Right. So like
when the
winter comes around, I'm pretty sure like for instance, like I know I was saying something about Tesla, but it's like when the winter comes out, that's when they stocks will probably like start to drop. So you could probably like sell it.
Yeah. Ain't nobody buying cars in the wintertime.
Yeah. So you could pretty much like put a little bit of money into them, but take most of yours out and just like sit on it. Then when the summer pick back up, you're gonna see it gradually go back up.
Most definitely. That's smart.
That's what Martha Stewart went to the prison for.
She has some knowledge.
Shit trading.
Yeah. But you got to know some people in high places to even pull that off.
Yeah. I know cats. When I was out in Colorado, little cat was telling me he used to do it. He wasn't no more than like 20, 21. He was like, I started doing that shit at 18, 19. You ever see the movie Boiler Room?
No.
Yeah. Basically, they was like crooked people that played the stock market. You know what I mean? Like having people buy bullshit ass stock. It don't matter as long as they get their percentage. They was getting rich off of it. So long
Like Wolf
story
of
short,
Wall
he's telling
Street?
me he was like basically no. Yes and no. Wolf of Wall Street, they was more like real daytime traders. Boiler Room was like they was like some shady motherfuckers. The situation like is basically what they call that shit. When you force somebody to do something. Damn.
On tip of my
Not
tongue.
cohorts, but what's the word for
it? It's on tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now.
Not extortion or nothing like that.
Extortion, yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's
what it is, extorting them. That's exactly what it is. Before you came in the room, before he started recording, he was just talking about some dude, which you was listening to on the radio, about Hollywood, know the real story about the black folks in the Bible.
Well, no, that was actually a YouTube clip where they showed like episodes of TV shows that let us know that the Hollywood people, the higher ups and stuff, know the truth. And then it linked back to something. It linked back to something you told me.
As Young Pharaoh would say, the ooze. The ooze know all of it.
It linked they back pretty much to something you were telling me about the Jewish people, Jewish. They went there with it. And
you just brave enough to say it. I thought we put this on YouTube.
Well, it's gonna be a lot in between here, far in between.
I know you was going.
And it's not in the exact title. My name is so too. I take certain precautions as well. So if somebody really have to be watching like 15 minutes and 36 seconds into the thing to actually know.
Right. Most people don't make it past 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, then I thank them for watching too as well. But no, it says that though mostly though like and then they also showed it was a guy worse than Hitler. That nobody heard of because all the millions of people he killed was in Africa.
You said the what we killed was in Africa?
The guy that was worse than Hitler.
Who was the guy that was worse than Hitler?
I can't think of his name, but all the millions of people he killed was in Africa.
Was he a white guy?
Yeah.
Damn. Man, that made me
I had to take my mother-in-law call. So
you said by the billions or the millions, bro?
Millions. I want to say 15 million. But it was millions, and they say the reason why nobody said anything or this and that because they didn't care about their continent because the part of the continent was like always poverty stricken, poor, famine, and people don't care about people in that position, which is messed up. But that's why they said that nobody really paid attention or noticed. Well, they probably noticed, but nobody.
But you know that Leopold II. Was that his name?
I want to say so.
From Belgium, 1835.
I want to say so. Yeah.
10 million people died in the Congo.
There was a certain area that he was in at Congo. Yeah, I want to say that's correct.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
He killed 2 million people.
2 million.
Leopold II. And you know that's history that don't really get talked about. That's not some shit they putting in them history books in elementary, middle school, and high school.
But they said that's why it's not getting talked about because of the victims or whatever, which makes sense to us now. Like over here, it's the same thing. Nobody was talking about it.
Yeah, they don't care about us.
Yeah, basically, that's in the gist of it. Yeah.
But you know, if that's just like the Amber Alert. Somebody snatch up little Becky. You know, Amber Alerts be, you know what I'm saying, gone. But somebody snatch up little Shamika. Don't nobody give a damn.
And it happens more than ever. It happens a lot.
Well, melanin is probably the highest priced thing on this earth. If people think about how gold and diamonds is precious, a gram of melanin like $500. So, black folks got more of it than anybody, so that's why they get snatched up more than anybody. If you go online and look up like black market organs and shit, black folks' organs is worth way more than anybody else.
Which made us better slaves too, as well too. They tried everybody. They could have used anybody, but I guess we made the best slaves or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Niggas can stay out in that sun a lot longer.
I mean, you tell. I was in the kitchen. They talking about us. How we feeling? Is we sick today? No, I'm just bullshit.
I'm a light skin. I'm light skinned, so I guess you could call me a house nigga. But my soul is more of a field nigga than it. They couldn't have me in the house. Master would have been dead a long time ago if I'd have been in the house.
We would have had a little.
To be honest with y'all, just to go back to what y'all was talking about, how they be harvesting organs and stuff. To be honest with y'all, because I just go deep in it, But I just believe that's the reason why we're here. Okay, just think about it. So many people coming up missing, especially black people coming up missing.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll never find them. So I heard or I read somewhere, what did I read this? That I don't know if it's what's her name? Queen Elizabeth. She's supposed to be a head of some kind of organization where that's what they do. They go around stealing like small babies and sacrificing them, drinking their blood, and all this stuff. And you have to think about it. All these people coming up missing. Why? Why they coming up missing? Because they give us, they make us feel like, that we're free and we get up and go to work and do this and do that. But the whole time, they treat us like animals. Like they go out, you go out and you hunt your animals. That's what they do to us. They go out and hunt us. It's like we're just a breeding, how do you call it? A breeding pool for them. That's the way they see us as animals. You
made a good point. And also I must say, we do that to ourselves too. We hunt each other.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because we do exactly what they do. When they put stuff out here, it make us want to do, just like the homosexual stuff. They put that stuff out on TV. They put it on social media. So once they do that, people are gonna start gravitating to it. That's why That's why it's so many homosexuals now. That's why it's so many transgenders now, because they put it out here for us to see. And once we see it, we want to do it.
All of that is by design.
I mean, of course, I do believe that it is.
And they make if it's on TV, then it's okay. Generations ago, people stopped raising their kids and letting electronics and laptops, iPads, television raise their kids.
Yeah.
So if you got that, putting it into because the kids, that's the worst thing you can do. It's nothing really too much anybody can do that's gonna sway our mind, because we was raised right, believe in something, and so on and so on. But a kid is the most impressionable person that you can put this stuff in front of them subliminally, and they soak it right up.
And they attack the kids before they attack anybody else. Remember that shit that was going on YouTube with Momo?
Mm-hmm. It was kids still going on there and stuff too. Kids going on YouTube,
watching little kids stuff. Like my baby love Thomas the Train. I mean,
it'd be the same thing if Momo going through them.
Yeah, I mean, but it started a long time ago. If you look at Looney Tunes, we used to love Looney Tunes. Bugs Bunny was the man, but Bugs Bunny was also an assistant. All that cross dressing Bugs Bunny used to do. We ain't none of that growing up.
Yeah, they was see what they
and
do.
The violence on those. We laugh.
It's like they get the kids ready at an early age, with the cartoons sitting those, like you were saying, subliminal messages. It's like
That's
it's some
why
kind
the
of way,
millennials is more accepting.
right? Exactly.
I'm sorry, cause Sabina, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I lost my train of thought anyway.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like it was just like the violence on Looney Tunes and stuff. It was very, very up there, very high. They wanted to tone
Right.
that down, and then y'all know Pepe Le Pew was the first. Oh, it's okay to be a rapist.
Yeah.
Rapist, yeah. No means no, but not just because a cat got a fucking some paint on him. That's the way y'all look at. I mean, you got to look at stuff like that though, because he wouldn't take no for an answer. That's not okay. No,
it's not okay.
I mean, that was the beginning of rape culture right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see,
That was the beginning of rape culture.
But you know what?
And we ain't even know it.
And that's how they corrupt us. It
Put
goes
Molly
back.
in a cartoon.
And that's the only reason why we have social media. That's cell phones, TVs. It's for
Not
them to
even that,
manipulate
though,
us. That's the only reason. It's not for us to help us.
Yep.
It's for manipulation. You know?
Manipulate us into monitor us.
Exactly.
Monitor everything we doing. Good slave, bad slave. Good slave, bad slave. This slave has the potential to be a good slave, but right now it's a bad slave. Keep an eye on him. and that's what we got. The debt credit system was made up to help to keep us in slavery too. I wish it was some white folks on the show today, because a lot of them starting to wake up and realize that, you know, this economy fucked up, this country fucked up, and they slaves just like us. Even though they did have the privilege thing going for them to an extent, but you know, the whole white privilege shit starting to get eradicated too.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because they just been. I just feel like the white people have been ruling too long, and it's just time for a change. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, I think we've been done in time for a change, but I also believe in the scriptures and what it say in America is Babylon or this next Egypt, and that's something that we ain't gonna never have. Us as a people ain't gonna never have in this country.
Right.
I believe we waiting on, at this point, a second Exodus.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, heaven on earth, no such thing. Earth, I consider Earth as hell. Once they destroy it, then everybody comes back after a certain amount of time.
But I think David Banner said it best in that Cadillac on 22. He said, maybe hell ain't a place, man, for us to burn. Maybe earth is hell and just a place for us to learn about your love, your will, and your grace.
Yeah, but it's got to be a bigger picture after that. When you study, you're studying for a test to get a grade. When you're doing something, you're doing for a greater picture. Nothing's just supposed to stop and cease to exist. There has to be a purpose.
I mean, well, the scripture don't say that it will cease to exist. But that's how, if you want to take that, you know, I mean, you know, we can sit here and go back and forth about the Bible. I say that's just my personal belief. I think it's something better for us as a people. And
do you
I ain't gonna say necessarily as a people.
Do you believe in scriptures, Abdul?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you believe do you believe the Bible was manipulated? Like some of the things were taken out?
And there's a lot of books in the Bible that were taken out. They're actually in the Vatican. That they left out. They actually left out of there. That's why the Vatican is so important.
That's the reason. Yeah. That little city alone is worth billions and billions and billions of dollars because of all the history and all of the knowledge that they got
inside of there. Yeah. So yeah, there's so much stuff that probably will blow your mind, make you go crazy if you knew about that you got took out of there.
Wait, that's the thing about knowledge, man. If you have too much of it and you don't know how to handle it properly, it will drive you crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I know that for a fact it will.
That's why I just try to I don't try to just learn everything like all at once. I'll just try to take my time and to do, learn like, because a lot of stuff I still don't know. And it's a lot of things that the people I talk to that, a lot of things that I came across, and I'll speak to my homegirl and she was like, girl, I didn't even know that. Because I had a real heated discussion with one of my friends that I had met in Colorado. We still talk to this day. It's been like 3 years since I've been there, but we still talk every day. And we had like a heated discussion. And so I had started talking about the scriptures, and she was like, and I was asking her, do you believe that the earth is round or flat? That was the first beginning of that conversation. I mean, that conversation lasted 2 hours. And we were just going back and forth, back and forth. She was trying to tell me the earth is right. I don't know if you guys believe the earth flat or round, but I believe the earth is flat. And I was trying to, and it tells you right there in Genesis chapter 1, verse 6 through 8. It tells you right there. And it also tells you in other chapters too in the Bible. I got them written down, but I don't know which chapter it is right now. But it tells you right there in the Bible that the earth is flat. And we were just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I also told her too that she didn't. This really set it off when I told her that the earth is not big as we think it is. Like if you take the state of Texas, if you were a pilot knows that it only takes 3 hours to get to Texas, from Texas to China. And when I told her that, she flipped. She thought I was crazy. And I was like, when I first
Actually,
heard
it
it,
is.
I thought
It
it
is.
was I thought it
It
was
is.
crazy.
It is
And
more than 3 hours.
it's like, and I think I might got it wrong, but it's like I think it's like it's between 3 to 5 hours only. If you take if you take an airplane, what they're gonna do, they're gonna make this seem like the flight like 15 hours. The only thing they're gonna do is just drive around in circles for 15 hours. But I talked to this guy. He's real deep in the military. He said that the earth is not big as people think it is. It only takes 3 hours to get from Texas to China. He said Africa is right next to, man, I forgot what he told me. But he said it's like the whole like earth. It's like every country is right next to each other. And the airlines wouldn't make any money if if everybody knew that these places are just right next to each other. And so when I was talking to my friend and I was telling her all this stuff, she was like, girl, she was like, I don't know where you get this from. So we kind of like fell out. So I didn't hear from her like 2 days. And then I think the third day she called me apologizing. And she said she talked to someone and this person told her, she didn't even mention what I said, but this person told her exactly what I told her and even more. And because they knew more than what I knew. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I said, it's no problem, because when I found out, it blew my mind. I didn't even believe it. A lot of this stuff that, we're finding out, but a lot of us, we don't even know what type of place that we're living in. We don't even know what's going on. Only
Well,
thing is,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No,
well, I was
I'm
gonna say, remember that plane that was lost, Malaysian? I forgot what number it
Yeah,
was.
I remember that shit.
That lets you know the world is not exactly flat. It's deep as hell, but it's not flat.
mhm. So
I
Um,
you don't
think it's
believe in, so
it's
you
a
don't believe in
sphere.
flat Earth?
no, I don't, honestly.
Yeah.
And
I
for you
I
to,
don't think
and
that
for
shit
you to,
round. I don't. I really don't.
but
So that's why I was asking you, do you believe in the scriptures? You said yes. And in the scriptures, it has it there that we live on a flat earth. And it has it that we're covered by a firmament. It's called the dome. All that is in the scriptures too. So
Well,
I asked the
the
question.
Bible is very broad, and that wasn't technically a broad question. Scriptures, yes, but that part
Mhm.
of the scripture, no. I'm not going to say wholeheartedly. It's some things I disagree with because if
Okay.
God, because I mean certain things like if God knows all and sees all, how did Moses change his mind?
Right.
There's certain things I don't agree with. So I mean, for the most part, I maybe I should have said for the most part, but there's so many
I mean,
questions.
So
here's
how do
one of
you
the thing
know which
about
one
that. What
to not to
you
believe
don't.
in? I mean, you just make it your choice to say, well, I'm not gonna I'm gonna believe in this part of the scripture, but this over here, I'm not gonna believe this part.
Or
Basically,
it
And
could be
so
lost. It could be lost in translation too as well. It can be misinterpreted as well. And I'm definitely not. I don't have a PhD or anything like that. So I'm just stating how I mean I feel as one of the people.
mhm.
So I mean I could be right. I could be wrong. But it's
I mean,
still
I think I think that that's pretty much everybody because I be having these same type of discussions. I don't even know if you met Quay or not. My little homeboy, I had just recently convinced him that he was Hebrew, this, that, and the third. So he got to read the scripture. Like one of his biggest things he stuck on now, he like, bro, ain't nobody never talked to God. Don't nobody, you know what I mean? God ain't never talked to nobody back, this, that, and the third. And it always boiled down to like you can't pick and choose what you want to believe and what you don't want to believe. Man, yes, you can. You know what I mean? Like that's his thought process. He like, you know good and damn well that they have added shit and took shit out of this book. Facts. We do know that to be fact.
of course.
So it's kind of hard not to take everything. Most people, you know what I mean? Like you want to take shit for face value, right? You know what I
You can't.
mean?
What you know? What the
But you
messed up
can't.
part is? You can't take the Bible for face value.
You can't. That's the thing
Mhm.
about it. You cannot take it for face value. So that has to be. But that's where it comes to standing on faith and walking in that. But a lot of people, especially the younger generation, it's harder to because we all in our late 30s and 40s, right? You know what I mean? I don't know how old Ashton is, but I'm assuming he in that age range. So I'm gonna just say that, like, okay, so we grew
Early,
up.
early 30s, early 30s.
Okay, so all right, my fault. You still
He
all
ain't ready
right?
to be old yet.
He the baby. He the baby of the group right now. But
Yeah,
we was all raised up under them generations of good church going folk that always said you don't question
And that's
nothing.
another
You
thing. That's
just
another thing
believe
I
and
will
have faith.
say. Ashton is familiar with that though. In his early 30s though, but what drove me to him
I mean, he
when he
stayed.
was
He a 30.
younger,
He a
he
80s
had the
baby. So
same he had the
he
same
he's some of
morals,
the
values, and
last
everything.
of the real, bro.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
already
yeah.
know he a 80s baby, so I already know where that goes. And trust me, 80s was the last of the real, bro. We the last of a dying breed.
facts.
Mm.
That's facts.
But you know
Because
what?
these
Well, I well
90s and
I
these
do
2000 motherfuckers is
I
something
do
different.
believe that the Earth is flat, and I'm just gonna stick with that because to me it makes perfect sense. Because you have to think about it. Because I mean I don't study this like it's been like what 2 years now since I've been studying this, and I don't watch so many videos, doing so much studying to try to figure out is whoever came up with this with the Earth flag thing. I tried to debunk it, I really did, but I couldn't because it makes perfect sense to me. And,
Um,
and
Well, I mean that's another thing too. Like we find out different stuff every day. If I come to find out that it's flat or anything, you never know. We found out who killed Tupac in this lifetime. So if I
man,
find out,
if I am
I will give you
mistaken,
an apology.
I don't even think they've reached the bottom of the ocean. And that's something I do
No,
know
no, they
for a
haven't.
fact is
They haven't.
they
Very
find
few people
different
have.
species. They
They
find
can't.
different species in there on a daily.
Every day, and then the lower you get
oh,
in the ocean, there's more albino species because there's no sunlight
Right.
down that far.
so how deep is it the ocean
We
go?
don't. We technically they don't really know because of that pressure. Like once they get so far down, there's no metal that can withstand the pressure of how deep the ocean could go. So they can never go to like ground surface in the ocean.
Wow.
I
And
heard,
it's a reason for that too, because we don't supposed to be down there.
yeah, it's a creature that's in the ocean. If we going off of biblical,
Well,
if we going off of biblical stuff, it's a creature that's in there that's keeping them from going down all the way down it.
Well, no, technically, is the temperatures don't emit, and then the pressure of being down that far in the ocean will crush your body.
Yeah.
You can't go that far. But we got somebody in here visiting. Tasha, you can turn on your mic.
Hi.
Hey, we
Hey,
were
what
just
up, though?
we were just talking about everything. It's a freestyle episode, so we was just speaking on religion, and not to cut anybody off, but this is a perfect person, I would say, to balance everybody out. What's your take on religion? And I don't mean to put you on the spot like that, but it's like being late for class.
You
You
did.
gotta
Don't
go.
believe that bullshit. You was on the spot, so come on with it.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I believe that there's more than one specific God, I guess, and that
Oh hell no. No.
Hold on. Let her finish.
I
You
just
gotta-
said I just
you
said I'm
been-
fucking with you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, he fucking with you. He messing with you.
Hold on, wait a minute.
and I believe that if you pray to the certain ones, then you can get certain things from them, but you got to be careful because karma comes back in threes.
Okay, so
That's deep.
I've heard that saying before.
karma, I'll come back in threes. I heard of that too, but okay, go back to what you were saying. You said there's different gods. Okay, how did you word that? What did you say?
So, okay, I believe there are different
if you want-
gods for different things. Like there's Mother Earth, and that's one god.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one by itself, and then there is like the physical, like God that created the universe, and that's a different name for it. Like each individual thing.
Like the Indians used to do.
So you ain't into the monotheistic thing, basically.
The what?
Ain't that what is the monotheistic when it's just when you believe in one God?
No.
Nah, I mean, I see what she's saying.
Maybe that's a different name of it. But I see what she's saying too. That's more along the lines of like Greek and Roman mythology and Egypt mythology, you know what I mean, where multiple gods. That's like, okay, I'm in love with somebody, I want them to love me, so I'm gonna pray to Aphrodite that this woman fall in love with me type of shit.
Yeah.
That's
Kinda,
dope.
yeah.
Great. Good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly what she's saying. I get it.
And it makes sense if you haven't been in all walks of life, because I know people that don't believe in shit. You die and then you just rot in the ground.
Hey.
So
Atheists don't never believe in shit until they staring down the barrel of a gun or some shit. Then it's, oh, Jesus help me. You know what I mean?
They want to pray at that point.
Yeah,
You
you
who
praying
though?
to somebody.
right.
Whether you praying to the sun, motherfucker might pray to the moon. They gonna ask for some help from something or someone.
I just like to know, like, where did you get this teaching from? Like, who did you, like, who inspired you to, this type of teaching? Is she still? She's still there.
Yeah, I'm here. It's kind of like Wicca, like the witchcraft and shit like that. It's like more of a natural take on witches, kind of.
Witchcraft is witchcraft, but I heard the Wiccans, y'all supposed to be like more like elementals and into, nature and things of that.
Yeah. It's not necessarily like hexing people and stuff, because that's like black magic. That's like the dark shit that like is bad. Everything comes back in threes for me. So it's like if I put something out that says I want somebody to love me, that can come threefold back to me and overwhelm me type thing.
Well,
So I
hey,
gotta
what
be
you doing? What you doing, girl? Where you at, girl? What you doing? Hey, I love you, girl. What the hell?
Yeah,
The
that
hell?
whole
The hell?
stalking thing. Yeah,
Pop
that.
up at your job. How the fuck you know where I work at?
Right.
Baby, I love you.
Don't go, please.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Wait, don't leave me. Don't leave me, baby. Don't leave me.
Damn, I just got a Coke 45 from the store. Goddamn, woman.
Y'all ain't got no Coke 45. No,
Hey, it's a thin line between
what
love and hate, baby.
what movie
You
was
ain't got
that?
no shit smoke, nigga. You ain't keeping it real if you,
you
ain't
ain't
got no
keeping
shit
it
smoke.
real.
Well, look.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Tasha.
I just want to touch base on this religion too, because it's like I believe some parts of it, but other parts it comes into like more of like a logic and and like theories and shit like that. And I can't trust things that's like man like written. Like they said that, oh, God gave me the
Everything was
power.
man written.
Yeah, and
Everything was man written. So you can't even trust a science book. Then you can't trust math. You
that's
can't.
that's
Can't
that's
trust
I
alphabet.
don't.
And let
You
alone
can't trust none of this
ingredients.
stuff, man.
Man.
None of this. Really, you really can't trust none of this stuff. To be
that's
honest,
like that's when it comes like to
But here,
watching people videos trying to find out the truth behind this and that. I can't trust those either because like it's people always going to like try to structure things around opinions instead of facts. I just
it's called that's
go ahead.
my fault. Ashton, go ahead.
No,
bro.
no.
My fault.
Go ahead.
I was
Spread
just
it
gonna
up.
say it's called discernment, brother.
Right.
The spirit of discernment.
Discernment.
Yeah, and see that's
And
something.
here go the thing about it is though. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it, and that's what have me kind of like at arm's length when it comes to like religion. Like I've seen like so many preachers, like, and I mean I know people are human, they make mistakes too, but when I can see people who supposedly pass good faith make terrible mistakes or terrible decisions that's inhuman, it makes me question the word of God. And honestly, I just can't be, following something like that when I know that not everybody had that same intentions.
Well, I'm not gonna follow
Now, I'm
anything
gonna
that
tell
I
you
can't
like
question
the
and get a
late great
proper
Pimp C
answer.
said.
right?
Well, see,
And
that's the
I don't
problem.
even.
I'm
That's
gonna tell
not
you like
even his name. I don't even believe that's his name.
Joshua?
name.
I
That's
don't
not.
even believe it's Joshua either. I don't believe. I mean, all this stuff is like,
I
every
Revelations say that when he come down, he had like a bunch of crowns on, and on one of the crowns, it was like 7 crowns or something like that. Don't quote me verbatim because it's been a minute since
Well,
I
no,
read
it's
it.
gonna
I
be
can't tell
7
you,
things
but I
that
know
come
it's
up. The 7
Revelation.
horsemen too, as well. Bring certain
Yeah.
things down with him. Pestilence,
No, but
famine.
nah, you talking but I ain't talking about that though, bro. I'm talking about they talking about the Messiah, but on one of the crowns it has his name, but it said nobody knows his name. So if don't nobody know his name, ain't no way on the world in this earth right now we gonna know it. But I was gonna say that to say this about what he said, like it make him hard to believe because you see these devils and demons up here trying to so-called preach the word. But I'm gonna say like Pimp C said, most of these preachers just false prophets, fucking hoes, and getting paid. You know how much motherfucker? That's one of the easiest hustles it is to play
Right.
on somebody's faith on some real shit. It make good money because they don't have to pay taxes.
And
right,
then
exactly.
and once you say that
See
too,
him pass
like
the collection plate around 3 times.
when he comes back on that crown, I bet not see Chad.
And
I
that's
think
why
I might
it's so.
want. I think
That's
I might
why
want to
you
burn
have.
for a little bit. Chad, is this what I went through all my life for Chad, for real?
And I believe
Gotta
like
be.
these church going people that been going to church for a long time, like these Christian people, and that's why to me, I believe that's why they so evil because they think they're actually worshiping the Most High, but they actually, to me, I think they worship Satan, man, because it's like from my experience, like every church person that I know is evil as fuck. I'm telling you, man. They do shit like behind closed doors that you wouldn't even think they would do.
Right.
I mean, like they have sex in the churches. I mean, they be doing all kinds of stuff, because the church I was used to go to they had a basement, and the pastor caught his son and somebody having sex in there. I mean, it was just I'm like, man, why do these people even go to church? What, just to pay your money, just to hear somebody stand up there and talk? I mean, I don't. I really don't get it.
Certain congregation members can cook too.
And what?
Right.
Can
cook? Yeah. Cause they probably putting magic spells on that food.
Right. I'm in love with Mother Thompson. She's 99 and I just can't get over her spaghetti. Let me
That's sweet potato pie.
Abdul, click on that link I just posted in the chat. I want you to tell me what you think.
I'm gonna check it out. I had to convert my phone into a webcam, so I have to.
Oh, you on the phone?
No, I'm on my computer, but I can turn my phone into a webcam.
Oh, okay.
But it's like when it comes to that, like people like using church or whatever. like my wife, like yeah, and Abdul, you met my wife before, nice as hell, right?
Yeah. I
For the
done
sake
seen
of-
Fury.
for the sake of
I done seen
conversation,
Fury,
yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you
definitely.
seen Fury before, but
Yeah,
like
but
she,
for the most part, you don't mess with her. Ain't no smoke or nothing like that. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. But like again, like she know how I feels about religion, but she very religious. Like she gets up, every time she get ready for work, she puts on like a Bible verse, she listens to it and everything. And we have that difference. Don't ask me how it works. Sometimes we get into these crazy debates, but it happens. But it's like some people actually, use that to kind of like better themselves, and which I respect. I respect
Right.
highly. But however, we got people that take advantage of it. People feel like once they leave church, they could do the evil again, and then
And
turn
then
around
it's
And then go
okay.
back to church.
I'm so
and
glad
everything
you
is
said that.
forgiven.
I'm so glad you said that. A true person of religion will not try to sin again in that same way. But some people out there, they actually,
I
oh
mean,
well, I'm this and that. He'll forgive me. I
like
think he
I
should
think
have a limit of
it
forgiveness.
comes
See,
You know what I
down.
mean?
people have the wrong interpretation on their own religion. Some people don't even know. Say like Christianity. Some people been Christians for years and don't even know the history of Christianity. They,
None
they just
whatsoever.
do they just do things on what's been passed down for generations and generations. You go to church,
Tradition.
act like you love the Most High, then you get out of church, you start doing things, evil things all over again. Because you have to think about the place where they're going is an evil place anyway.
Yeah.
That's what
You
I
going to
mean. That's my
congregate with a bunch
opinion.
of devils. You going to
Exactly.
congregate with a bunch of devils. I can't
Exactly.
listen to nobody preach to me about what's in this scripture and this words in this book if I can't sit in that book and read that shit myself. That's
Right.
to me that's just common sense. But Mama T, I want to ask you a question about your Wiccan beliefs or whatever. Would you call that? Would you call that a religion or would you call that spirituality or what would you call it?
Yeah, I would more call it a spirituality. Because I meditate
Have you
too.
ever dealt with
I
any?
do.
Okay.
Have you ever like about astral projection? You believe in that's real, right?
Yep.
Okay, so have you ever ran across any like spiritual entities before or with meditation? Because most people use meditation. It's part of enlightenment, but
You
it's
should
also
have asked
used
me
as a
that
form to help
question.
you get to astral projection.
You should have asked
What
me that
spiritual
question.
entities?
Yeah,
I mean,
in
a lot
Because
of
meditation.
us probably
I'm
have.
still confused about these
I know
different
I have.
gods and stuff.
Well, no, I mean it's the same thing. Like once you when in your history book and you learn about Native Americans, every season had a god. Everything had a god. Mother Nature was a god. It was their land. They did everything off of their
Yeah.
land. It was a god.
The
It's
But
Yeah, that's
I
why I said a
thought it
lot of that
says in
boils
the
down to
scripture
like Egyptology and chemistry.
that we don't supposed to worship other gods. And it's somewhere in the
they say the God, our God, is a
Oh,
jealous
we're not.
God,
Yes.
and but at the same time, people believed in stuff before we believed in what we believe in.
Yeah, just like how they have Buddhas. Like Buddhists believe in a different God than Christians. Like
Exactly.
it's that's something that's been going on for like a long time.
So
Like
who's to say who's right? What religion is right? Because
I mean,
to be honest with me, I think religion is the worst thing that was ever created. Like
it's a
it
form of
confuses
control and
people.
enslavement of people.
Me
But
personally, I
here's the
felt
thing
like
about it.
it got me by. I think somehow, some way, something got me by.
It's still getting me by to this day.
So it's something. It's something.
It's still getting me by to this day.
I mean, if you
Maybe
look,
my goal in life is to figure out what it is, but it's something.
I mean, if you look at it on a positive note, it definitely puts you on a right path to like do right. But
It's the basics for everything. Like you should always treat other people how you want to be treated.
facts.
Be treated,
And,
yeah.
I mean,
Most
it's all
definitely.
common sense based.
And we don't
Now, I
need
got another
we don't
question
need
for
a
Mama T.
Bible for like just basic common sense stuff like that. We don't need to go to church for stuff like that.
Some people
like
do.
to
I
Some
mean,
be
people
well,
do.
the
treated.
Some people
Bible
not
also
taught
helps
that
teach
out in the
values
streets.
and morals and shit. Right. They not. But Damn, what was
Ashley,
that I
you
was
better make
gonna
sure
say?
she good.
Mama T, how was your mental stability? Because most people I
She's
know that
gone.
deal
She's
with that,
gone.
they
She's gone.
well, damn, yeah. I'm gonna say
I
it
guess
anyway.
she.
Most people I know that be dealing with that wicked shit, a lot of them be like fucking schizophrenic.
Oh, she's back.
That's
She's,
why I want, yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say I can
So
speak.
okay,
I
I'm gonna
know.
ask you again,
I wanted her to
Hey.
because you
elaborate
know Brian
more.
was, yeah. My question to you though is, how is your mental health when you practicing I don't know what they call that. I guess practice Wiccan, practicing the craft,
Well,
practicing whatever you call
before
it.
had severe PTSD, which was flashbacks of like domestic violence and stuff. I wasn't in a good
Oh shit.
spot mentally at all. It's the only thing that kept me from the ultimate like different ways to go about myself. Like it kept me on a path of being able to have something to look forward to when I came home to research. So like,
Oh, okay. So you needed a. You was looking for like an outlet from.
yeah,
Okay.
And in her defense, though, I will say she was the type to get down and dirty with it, with the best of them, though, too. Like she got
So you wouldn't
hands
you would
and
say you was a victim, but you wouldn't know victim.
Victor. Yeah, she, at some point
okay.
she.
So I was the quiet one, but once it popped off, it popped off.
So she ain't no bitch, pretty much. I mean, I know that
I
for a
mean,
fact.
I wouldn't have took it as that, but you know, I wanted to follow it up with saying, because you know one of them, and I'm gonna tell you two quick stories. Because like I said, two people that I know that was in that field. I don't know what they call it, but they practice basically witchcraft. I guess there's no other way of saying that. There's some people call it Wiccan. Males would
Santa
be
Maria,
warlocks
all
and
So
different
different
is
type
things.
it
of
is
things.
it
Long story
witchcraft,
short, yeah,
Mama T?
okay.
Is it witchcraft that you're practicing?
I call it Wicca.
Wicca. Okay.
But you still considered to be a
Wicca.
witch, right? But you still
Yes.
Well,
considered to be a witch, right?
that's so
Yeah.
close to
Okay.
witch though. Like that word is like
Yeah,
so
it's the
close.
same
Yeah.
thing. It's just it's different way of wording it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a different
Okay,
way to
so
say it.
Well, Wicca, it could be a Wicca chair. Everybody Black Mama had one sitting in their
yeah.
house. So like the Wicca
I mean,
basket, the Wicca
I
basket
believe
is in the
like
the
chair.
if
same
you're
thing, but that ain't the
if
same
you're
thing.
going
They could be a wicker
through like
basket.
Yeah, exactly.
right,
Y'all laughing
exactly.
because y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, I
About
did my
yeah, but it ain't
research.
the same.
I
Like
just
I
think
just
like
wanted to
if
say,
we going to like if we're going through like tribulations and problems in our life, I believe that we have to be careful on what type of outlook that we search for. You know, because it might seem right
I'm
to
gonna say,
you, or it might. I mean, I'm the type of person I have to before I get into something, I have to really really study what I'm getting into. Like, I mean, like a lot of studying, like at least a year of studying into this before I get into it. You know, you have to find out the ins and odds, and you know, like I mean, like she was saying, it's called what you said, Wicca. I mean, because I never heard of this before. This is my first time
Are you serious? You
today.
never
I've
heard of
known
it?
about this for
I
some
mean, I never
years.
heard. I mean, I
For
heard of like
decades.
witchcraft, but I never heard of is it a religion? I mean, I never heard of a religion called Wicca. I mean, this is my first time
I
ever heard it. That's
mean,
why I wanted her to elaborate more on
It's
it
not
because
really a religion. It's not really a religion. It's
it's
more
more
or
of a
less like a
spirituality. It's more
spirituality
of
and a way of
a
life.
Christian
Yeah.
spirit.
Okay. What'd you say
Yeah.
again, Tasha? What'd you say
It's kind
again?
of like more of a connection with the spirit.
Right.
Spirit
I mean,
realm. Yeah.
It's like a
how do you? I mean, it's like is
hard to
it books that
explain.
you read, or is it
Of course.
somebody that you go to, or I
There's a
mean, because I'm trying to.
there can be. You can look it up. You can kind of. I got a lot of my stuff on Pinterest from going into certain shops that it like specify in Wicca stuff, like a whole bunch of different stones and
Mhm.
like
Crystals.
candles, because they use candles.
Yep.
We use a whole bunch of stuff, like salt, and we have what's called the Book of Shadows, which
Right.
is kind of like our guide, I guess. with like what spells we use. I don't want to
Nope.
say that too.
I mean, does the spells work? I mean,
Yeah, they do. They
as
do.
a result
They
of
do.
They do.
casting
They
the
do. They
spell.
work. They
So
work.
so you can put a spell on me
Yeah.
right now.
She helped me out a lot, but
If-
I'm not. I should just back out of this.
Why
I'm
you
not-
thinking that you
Because
I have
I
to
mean,
have something- I have
It's
to
the
have
Kool-Aid.
something from you. I can't just like, I can't be like, ooh, I put a spell on you and wave my hand and all of a sudden you're $1 million richer. But I could come to your house and burn sage throughout your house and say a prayer for green and for wealth and for certain other things, and it may cleanse your and bring that.
And y'all,
To you.
that would be the good part
Or
of y'all.
she could,
I just say hi, and she'd be like,
burn
"What's
some
wrong?"
sage in your house
Oh,
to
so
help to
it's
get rid of some spirits.
WICCA, right? WICCA.
Wicca.
Man.
Now I
Oh, so
wanted to say this.
it
Y'all
is
let
a
me get this
religion.
in here,
Somebody
please.
said it's not a religion. It is a religion. It says, well, I guess
I said it wasn't a religion.
I think some people would classify it as that, but I don't think so because
it's a modern pagan religion.
I don't
That's
know.
where they was doing the witch hunting and killing all of the witches
Ash should
back
know
in the
about the
day in
Shadow
Salem
Book.
and all of that shit.
The Book of Shadows.
Man,
Ash should know about
the
that.
Book of Shadows. Yeah, if I believe it's a book that got spells in it too. But that's what I was gonna say because I know you.
No, that book is real.
Brian. Brian went crazy. Brian went crazy for messing around with that shit. And
And he literally went crazy.
It was developed in England during the first half of the 20th century and introduced to
I
the
dated
public
this chick
in
named Laura
1954.
2 years ago. She was a Wiccan, but she was like, I'm a light witch, you know what I mean? Basically, like
Man,
she's with nature and all the
evil.
good
That
shit.
shit
It's in the
evil,
third
man.
versus
Fuck, that's
dark
evil.
magic.
This shit here is
All-
Satan
But
at his
anyway,
motherfucking fullest.
she was crazy as hell too.
I mean, it's the way
She was crazy as
it's the way you
batshit
take
crazy,
it.
literally.
Brian ain't right. Brian used to be the man, but
No,
Brian
but
ain't
see,
right.
anything that comes from England
is that
is
witchcraft
evil
too.
as fuck.
Oh, for real?
Nah, I ain't gonna say all that, but I think it's just the way you take it in. Like some people can handle it, some people you can't. So, I mean,
Listen,
people are very aware
I
of this
look
stuff.
at it, my personal belief, because I believe I'm Hebrew, I believe in the scripture, I read that. I've always known for the longest time that any form of magic in general, I ain't gonna call it necessarily magic, but all of that shit is real. The voodoo is real, black magic is real, fucking any form of magic is real, but that was something that we was taught to stay away from. Like, from my understanding is that the so-called fallen angels, the ones that came down and taught humans all of the bad shit that we doing on this earth, it came from them. And like, so like,
And they
when
came
you
down
right,
and
when you go back to talking
kids by
about
women of
when
this
you
earth,
talking
and
about
they had
God,
giants.
when people is talking about these, when they talk about these gods, they talking about the Nephilim, which is the giants. They're talking about these angels that fell, the group of watchers, plus all of the other angels. They're gods. People worship these gods. It's been shown through every single religion, whether you be Kemet, Egyptian, being from Kush, the Christians, the Muslims, all of it is all tied in there. Even with the Buddhists, I don't care, whatever, Hinduism, all of that. Magic is a part of it. A lot of it is the gods that they worship, it all tied into the same thing. But the problem is we live in different cultures, different parts of the world. Like when they talk about Babel and everybody being spread apart, so everybody took their language and took their story and manipulated it and shaped it and turned it into this. Now you got sections of people all across the world worshiping and praying to different shit. A lot of them still doing the same shit.
And
like
all of them worshiping Satan too.
No, the Church of Satan is in Detroit.
Because when you announce the word God out your mouth, you're automatically worshiping Satan. I know that's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers with y'all, but that's what it is.
And that's the way you were taught, and we respect it as the people, because we might feel that way, but at the same time, God didn't say turn anybody away.
I'm gonna just tell you like this. I know that cookie I ate, that junk was magic too.
I had a Rice Krispie. I had a Rice Krispie treat that smelled like smoke when it came out. Like, whoa, I didn't smoke. I ate the fucking treat. Like,
I'm about to go get some jellies tomorrow and feel good about
it. I would like to have people that actually like Luciferian, or you know what I mean, like somebody from the Luciferian church or something like that, because they believe, okay, that, like I said, that would be something totally different versus I see where you coming at it, Sabina, and I understand you completely, and I agree with you. But from like I said, because I dated a chick that was Wiccan, right? And her thought belief was she still believed in God, she worshiped God, she just practiced magic. Even though I was trying to tell her my belief is wrong, and her she was like, it, you know what I mean, it's right. Like she, I'm pretty sure Mama T could tell you the ones that they feel like that practice what they call dark magic. Those would be the ones that they really feel like are Satan worshipers, or you know what I mean,
Yep.
things of that nature.
Yeah, no black magic whatsoever gets practiced anywhere near my house.
And why you think
At
they
all.
sell chicken
And
feet?
see, our belief system is that we ain't supposed to be doing it, and all of it is evil. So that's why Sabina said what she said. That's why I understand that, because like I said, I read Bible. I know that in scripture. But once again, like if we can go back to the Bible, who's to say what parts? You know what I mean? Pretty much because we know that it's so chopped and screwed that
Right.
pretty
and
much
that's
anybody is taking parts and pieces and mixing it and say, I'm gonna believe in this, but I'm not gonna believe in that. And I'm cool to do this, but I'm not cool to do that. I've seen people use scripture to try to justify eating pork. You know what I mean? Like
that's
Right.
why they took
from
the book
my
of Enoch
understanding-
out. That's the book of Enoch used to be in the Bible a long time ago, and the reason why they took the book of Enoch out because it has same true name in there, and they didn't want everybody to know same true name, so they took out the book Enoch.
It's the book is so old and it's so much stuff, like because technically for the longest time the Wiccan stuff was more of a secret than it is like today. It's like it's like you could go to Wiccan stuff the same way people would go to church or Catholic school or something. You know what I mean? That's how prevalent it is today versus like back then. It was more of a secret society type of situation.
Mhm.
Short code.
This is Freemasonry, but I'm gonna have to end it on that note. We gonna start off on another note. This was awesome, Tasha. You need to be here more sooner. It's not bad.
So
is it?
is it Tuesdays now instead of Mondays?
It's
It's always Tuesday. Always Tuesday.
It was always Tuesdays. I don't where I get Monday from. I don't know.
And then Sabina, thank you for sharing too, because I noticed the spike. I do the analytics and everything. I noticed the spike in what you did. Hell of a lot. If everybody had to drive you did, we'd be millionaires right now.
What? I didn't get it.
Spreaker. You broadcasted it on Spreaker?
Oh, okay. I didn't know you saw that. And I was trying to when I had broadcasted.
They give me
I'm gonna
analytics
put
on
I'm gonna
everything.
put your. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put your link in there too because I didn't even know. And when I had did the show that time, I had forgot your name and everything. Didn't even know the name of the podcast and nothing. But I got it now though.
And
Yeah.
then Rick, he actually send you the show after I get done. 'Cause like I do all the guests and everything. I send them a copy of it before I post it.
And I'm gonna
But yeah.
download it too.
But I was wondering what the
when
fuck
the next
happened.
time you gonna do a show so I can
I'm gonna do a show. I probably do a show. I know it ain't gonna be this week. It's probably gonna be this weekend. Cause I know it's not gonna be this week because I get off real late. When I get off, I don't feel like doing nothing but taking a shower and relax. So
is anybody doing anything special that they want to plug right now? Or
Right now, I'm getting something together called Cookies and Shit. But everybody got the cookie shirt and everything, but I'm doing the cookies and shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody laughing and everything, but
where the cookies and shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's my slogan. All right, I'm gonna let y'all out of here though. I love y'all, and we gonna do this again next week. Thank you, Tasha.
all right.
All right, be safe, guys.
All right, now.
All right.